What is up, my Teaspiracy people? How is everybody doing today? Thank you for showing up to my live stream with a little bit late notice, but hey, better late than never. So you guys, hey. Got about 90-something people here. We'll give it a couple minutes. I do have a guest who has kind of, the inside scoop on some things. But you guys, I've been meaning to do this for quite some time now, right? Let me explain to you why I'm even making this stream, okay? Nikki recently pushed a bunch of people away, okay? Nikki38, hey Dom, I'm going to send you the link in a second. So listen, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the influx of messages I've received about people either A, apologizing to me because, you're right, AZ. Hashtag AZ was right, which is nice, sorry about the hog, sorry, but Nikki's this, Nikki's that. Nikki pushed all of us mods out in a way because we don't like Steve McRae. Now, y'all, we're gonna get into it, but do you know one of the signs of being in a cult is the person gets secluded by all the people who they were previously close to and whatnot? Yeah. And a couple of the messages I got from former moderators were actually really sad. Like one woman, and if you're in this chat right now and you're one of these people, have no fear. I'm not about to drop names and stuff. I do have a Google slide I am going to show a little bit later that gives you more of an insight of how this made these people feel. So Nikki started to get close to Steve McRae, and if you've been paying attention, I've been trying to tell y'all, Steve McRae is a punk MFer, Steve McRae is a salty son of a bee. Change the words around for you because remix time. Anyways, he lets people, he likes to keep the not so getting over my cold, the not so neurotypicals around. He likes to keep people around who will bend to his will, who he can easily manipulate. And one of the signs of being in a cult, like I said, is you get closed off from the people who will tell you otherwise, right? So you have someone like Nikki who had all these moderators and friends and stuff who were like, gee, Steve McRae is kind of like culty leaderish, and or we saw Steve lying about this, Nikki didn't even have the audacity to let these people explain to her why they were bothered or why they're telling her to watch out. She literally shut them down, blocked them out, pushed them away, closed the door. Okay? Now let me tell you something, Nikki. I don't know. I know I'm on your hard drive. Listen up. I know that sometimes things are out of our control, right? Sometimes, moderators, people who have been there since day one, things pop off or whatever. Things happen. People leave. People come. People go. But what you don't want to do is push away some of your day one people, right? Because at the end of the day, Nikki, Steve McRae doesn't give a fuck about you. If you think he does, girl, you're worse off than I thought you were. Anybody who has half a brain cell, who has been paying attention for the last couple weeks, listen, you ain't even need to be around for years. You just need to have been paying attention to Steve McRae's shenanigans for the past couple weeks, and you can see how manipulative. Now, for those of you who don't have Twitter, oh my God, we have so much to catch up on. So listen, remember how on my AZ channel, I have another channel called I'm AZ, all right? About a week ago, I went live over there. I broke down Steve McRae's interview that was left on the cutting room floor from the Chris Hansen episode we were both featured on with Jesse, my old moderator. Anyways, throughout the whole thing, Steve was saying, oh, I don't know why people put me next to Jesse. I don't know why. I'm not even that close to her. I just sent her some records. We're not, like, you know what I'm saying? Come to find out, I dropped some receipts on Twitter. They had a working relationship. She was sending him nudie photos, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? If you want to slide in people's DMs and show each other your nasties, go for it, right? That's fine. But why are you lying to Chris Hansen? Yo, let me tell you something. Chris Hansen and his producer, they sniff out predators, liars, manipulators. That's what they do. Do you think Chris Hansen is stupid, sir? No. Do you think that the most worst is stupid? No. Okay? The thing is with people like Steve McRae, they think that they can talk their way through their lies, right? And no matter what you say or how many pieces of evidence you show, how many facts you throw at them, how many times you if you show them their own words, they will still find a way to tell you, oh, no, you're wrong, right? Now, when you have someone like Steve McRae who has a group full of wingnuts who, just want to belong to something, they want to belong, they want to feel special, and that's what Steve does to these people. He gives them a sense of belonging, he makes them feel special, and then he sends them out to do culty stuff for him and do the nasty. He's got Alice working OT, right? She's got 95 profiles and 95,000 profiles, and every time you block her on one, she pops up on another. She literally ruins Twitter. She's just a freaking terrorist. That's what I've been calling her anyways. And then you have Wolf, who's just, God help him, he's just lost, literally lost. He'll believe anything Steve says. Doesn't matter how many times you show him he's wrong. Then you have Nikki, who, now listen, I'm going to bring up Dom because he knows Nikki pretty well and he knows quite a few things. And any of those moderators that hit me up that were willing to speak, you're more than welcome to come too. I know it's like late notice and whatnot. But anyways, after I got another message today from somebody who was like, yo, Nikki just like kicked me out. She just like left here, blocked me, took my wrench away. I don't even know why. All I said, one of them said to me, all I said to her was, this is actually, it's not funny because I feel bad for these people. One of them said to me, all I said, I suggested that Nikki like put some Sister Wives t-shirts in her shop. She fucking kicked me out. That's all it takes, okay? Because if you don't like Steve, well, you gotta go. And I don't care if you're telling me, I don't care if you've been around since day one and you're telling me you don't like Steve. I don't care if you're telling me, you accuse AZ of being racist against Wolf, but you do this against religion. Like, she don't care. Because in their little world, on their little cult planet, they do no wrong, right? So October Always, hey October Always, I like your jack-o'-lantern picture. What is his hold on EKC? Sometimes I think he has shit on her. That's a really good question. That's the $1 million question, right? Because we all thought, anyways, that in the beginning, anyways, that she was like a cool person. She had a sense of humor. Everything's funny. Then here comes Tina. Here comes Steve. And now all she does is like defend Steve. It's just really annoying. It's like, I swear he calls her every time there's a problem. Like, Erin, they're accusing me of crimes. Do something. Like... she must get so sick of being his mouthpiece. Like, girl, it's actually painful to watch. It really is, because it doesn't matter how many times you show him his own words or prove he's lying or prove he's worse but it doesn't matter because he's delusional. He has emotional immaturity. I listened to this podcast today about emotional immaturity, and I'm like, dude, this sounds just like Steve McRae. And it went over this, right? We're gonna get into Nikki in 1 second. Let me just get this out. Steve likes to remind people and use it as talking points that he's like some kind of wait, what happened to the sticker? I didn't mean to take it off the screen, Jackalope. Jackalope Herdmaster. Why did it go away? I'm sorry. Thank you for your sticker, Jackalope. Thank you. So emotional, yeah, so he likes to throw around how he's worked in nuclear, freaking physicist, whatever the hell he is. He's in the army, he did this, he did that, he's so smart, great debate, you know what I'm saying? Which is weird because he's like, you know, a door greeter at Walmart or some shit, or some kind of loss prevention. I don't even know. Not that there's anything wrong with people who work at Walmart, but you're so smart. What are you doing over there, bro? I mean, what are you doing? But anyways, what I'm getting at is this. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are, you can still be emotionally stunted. And when you have somebody like him who literally touts critical thinking, yet cannot critical think, it's because there's some kind of like, you know, insecurity going on. I don't really know what his deal is, but it's very immature. You can be super intelligent, but your reactions and the way you handle things can be that of a 3-year-old. And I think that's where a lot of these people are you know, coming from. It's a pretty sad thing. Anyways, so I'm gonna send Dom the link here. So basically, I'm gonna let Dom talk a little bit. I'm gonna bring up these you know, receipts I have from how people are feeling. The names are blocked out because, you know, I'm not about to blow up. I never ever outed the source, and I ain't about to start now. So if you got a problem with the outed names, oh well. And if you're Nikki, you probably might maybe be able to figure it out. Maybe not. It doesn't really matter because you did these people wrong, way wrong. But I try to block out anything that would give them away, just to give you an idea, man. Like, it's what you did is cold. It's cold, it's calculated, and it's very culty. Cold, calculated, and culty. CCC. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me get this. Yo, you know who's in my inbox right now, you guys? Lisa Dunham. Okay? Lisa Dunham. You should probably go hang out with like Alice or some shit. You're crazy. She's crazy. This lady literally does not leave me alone. If you follow me on my AZ channel, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I started telling her, like, you know, she's gonna get in trouble for Britney Spears' conservatorship. You know, I sent my secretary Julie Virgo over to talk to her. Didn't go well. You know, what can you do? Can't win them all. Anyways, Lisa, I know I'm on your hard drive. Please leave me alone. Please. I'm so sick of asking people to leave me alone. They just don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Just go away. You know what I mean? It's partly entertaining because it's just so crazy, the things she says. All right, Dom, I sent that over to you anyways. So I'm gonna ask Dom some questions. We're gonna get a full scope of Nikki because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. All right. I don't watch Nikki. I can't watch Nikki. She's not intellectually stimulating. She's not fun to watch. She doesn't bring anything to the table. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody who does like her. That's all good and well, but hey, Rick Rude. I lost you too, Rick. I hope you saw me the other night. I stopped in and said hello to you. Yeah, my secretary, Anon, I know. That was funny. She's got the best voice, right? So yeah, I'm gonna bring up Just Doom. He's a little bee. You know what I'm saying? Recruit, you ready for this guy right here? Look at this little bee. Hi, little
Hello, Easy. How you
bee.
doing?
Cute. By the way, I was watching you the other day in the car, and my daughter popped up behind me. We were parked somewhere waiting for something, and she comes out. She's like, "That bee's so cute." I'm like, "I know," but then I like had to like shut it off real quick because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not made for kids. No.
No. I know. I was just trying to peek in, but I didn't think she was gonna pop over my shoulder like it's the bee. Yeah, exactly. Sure. All right. So now I am going to link Dom's channel after. Okay. I should have did that before, but hey. You know me.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Oh, no, I like to do that. I try to remember to do it for everyone that comes on. My memory is usually short, but we'll do that. So, Dom, we're here to talk about Nikki. Just to give the people, I know,
Lord.
right? Just to give the people an idea of why you're here, how we got here. How long were you close with Nikki? How good did you get to know her? We'll just start there.
Okay, I knew Nikki from... I knew of her in December, but we got really close in January, and we were pretty much together with you know, a certain individual until, we left. I think she left before me in February. I think I left in March, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, we were together until around July 15th. So we were together for a long time. I
Now,
mean,
when you say together, you mean like you used to talk in DMs a lot, you were close as friends, you would keep up
she
on the
was
drama?
it we she was actually in my Discord, and we would talk daily. It was every day. I mean, this is not, it's not like me and you, Easy, where it's a hit and miss. She was in my Discord every day. So it's not something that is like, oh, hey, we'll go here, hey, we'll go there, type of thing. We were actually really, really close.
Yeah, I know you were. And so I mean, oh hey Dr. A. So listen, so what I wanted to ask you is this, because this is a really important part. Do you remember when Julie, I can't remember who else was there, we had started to give Nikki a bunch of crap because she had Nat on, and she was like, well, I didn't know any better.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yes, and I said this to you. We were in Discord. We were telling her not to have Nat up on the stream. Now, I don't know if any of you all followed a certain creator. He will be renamed Nameless because I'm not going to give that thing any more clout.
Yeah, just refer to
He,
him as Slob if you don't mind.
okay, I can refer to him as Slob.
Yeah,
That's no
that's great.
problem.
Thank you.
Okay, she claimed that she knew nothing about Nat. That is not true because Slob was talking about what a problematic YouTuber was doing, creating CP. She
Mm-hmm.
was there for that. It wasn't like she was, in the background, or she was missing bits and pieces. She was there, and he talked about it more than once.
Right.
Well, the night that she had that individual person on, we were in Discord telling her, no, drop her. This is not good for you.
Right, right.
This is not a good look for you. Do not entertain her. You're going to become a target.
Right.
Now, rather than listen to us, she turned around into Discord and said, no, it's my channel.
Okay, which is true. I mean, we all know we can do what we want on our channels. However,
Yes, but
it was
AZ,
pretty,
I
yeah.
was warning her this, and do not take this the wrong way, anybody, because it was not an attack on anybody in general. But you have to understand that we were at the time still getting what you would call our upcomings from this side of the community, because
Right.
we supported Slav.
Right.
And I told Nikki, if you have her on your panel, you're going to give them more ammo.
Right.
Why give them more ammo? Why go
Right.
out there and let
And
them
you're right.
attack you?
You have a very valid point, Dom. Why let them do that? But at the same time, why would anybody want to talk to her? Why would you even want to talk to somebody
Okay,
who
and I can answer
created
that
CP?
question. I can answer that
Right.
question
And I
because
think I
she.
know the answer. I think it's going to be because she just wanted to, have some views. She knew everybody would watch it. And
No,
I
it
think,
wasn't about that. It
no,
actually was not about that. After the stream ended, we went back into Discord. None of us were happy.
right.
None of us were happy. You've got to understand that. Regardless of what this side was doing to us, that was not the point. The main point was this person was bringing up other people's children. Okay?
Correct.
That's a big no-no in my book. You don't do that.
Right.
Okay? I didn't really care if you all were, dogging us or whatever. That we've been through worse. Okay,
Yeah.
trust me, we've been through worse. But she allowed her to go up on her panel, and we were like, "Why did you do that? Why?" And she said, "Well, I just wanted to hear her side of the story." And we were like,
She
what do you
lies.
mean her side of the story? We were telling you what she was doing and what she had been accused of doing. This is the same person who, if y'all remember, was going after Saltsy and Emily D. Baker's kids.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So she
This
knew
is
that.
not something that
Right.
just came out of the blue.
Yes, she knew that. She knew full and well. So listen, she says she wanted to hear her side, but we all know that the girl was lying, would lie about anything. She's a liar. So I believe that. Now let me ask you this. Do you think that Nikki, and I don't want to say like smart enough, do you think that she put two and two together that like, hey, you know what? You don't really need to know this girl's side because whatever she's going to say isn't true anyways. Do you believe that she didn't think that through, or do you think she just really wanted to hear her side?
To be honest, okay, now and I'm not going to try to be mean or anything, but from what is going on lately, something is being brought up into question, and I do not want to bring that up because it's just what you would call allegedly, and I have no proof either one way or another. But what I do think was going on is that in her mind, I guess she wanted to hear her side of the story, like figure out what was really going on. But then you also have to understand the behind the scenes, because behind the scenes, she was always worried about. I don't want to sound like a complete ass and a moron, and I'm sorry I used that word. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to demonetize you. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. You know me, I'm not very PG, so I do apologize.
No, me either, so it's fine.
But she would always complain that, her income or her views were low.
Right.
So I think in retrospect, we're also talking about her in another general sense as well. And it all comes together. I think it's the fact that she doesn't really pay attention. And when she does pay attention, she still doesn't get it.
Okay, so let me say this. Now, because you were there. She was there when Slob was telling everybody about the CP thing. Is that correct?
Right. She knew about that.
She should have known. Yeah.
Yeah, she knew about that. She cannot say that she did not know about that part.
Right.
What I think she didn't know about, and this is what I think people are thinking I'm defending her. I'm not defending her. But Nikki doesn't really go through the entire community. I mean, she didn't know what happened to Charlotte on the web.
Right.
She didn't know what happened to Emily D. Baker. She didn't even know who Emily D. Baker was.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you follow the KJ stuff and not know? Because she all she does is talk about KJ, from what I've heard. Okay.
She never even knew who Emily D. Baker was. What? Surprisingly.
And she makes KJ videos?
Yes.
That's weird.
She didn't even know about the entire context. This is how sad it is. She didn't even know what the entire context of the Toddy versus KJ lawsuit was. And from my understanding, she actually thought it was over a beauty product.
Oh my god! Well, it had something to do with vitamins, so I mean, I guess she was kind of close for Nikki level. But let me ask you this: when you talk to Nikki, because I know that Nikki's known Steve a long time because I caught her in her lie not too long ago, and I found her commenting on his channel like forever ago. But anyways, did she talk about Steve or know Steve when you knew her?
When we knew her, she didn't talk about Steve. She never brought Steve up. Steve wasn't really brought up until July.
Okay, and when and why did she start getting close to him?
That is what we would like to know, because we haven't figured that one out.
Right. Right.
We haven't. I don't have an answer for that.
Right.
I don't. I think what transpired to all of this is the fact that, and I give you props on this. I give you all props on this. Okay.
Why?
Yeah, I would like to know when she said that, because in our Discord, she said that she didn't even know about that.
You're saying, okay, so Nikki, so y'all Nana's not drunk is saying on the chat, Nikki knew what happened to Charlotte. She said she did. See, this is the thing. I think Nikki either plays dumb or maybe she is kind of slow. I don't really know. But like I said, I don't know her enough. But what I do know is this, Dom. This is why we're here tonight. I
Yeah.
have gotten an influx of messages, okay, from people who thought that they were cool with Nikki and they tried to just pull her aside, or maybe they said, a couple of them said it publicly. Anytime anybody says anything negative about Steve, she slams the door in their face and takes their wrench. That is kind of weird, no?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It sure is. So I've taken the liberty here of getting some of these nope, that's not it. That's my old Google slide. You'll have to excuse me. That was the wrong one. So while I pull this up, Dom, why don't you say, all right, so some of these people, I'm sure you know about a lot of them who she's pushed away, right? Actually, let me back up a little bit because this is even more important. You have seen what Steve and Wolf did to me. They called me racist because I said Wolf was a dog. Go back to your owner, and then they turned it into me making jokes about slavery or something, which would never happen. I would never do something like that. Anyways, Steve McRae land manipulation, whatever. He turned it into that. Wolf ran with it because he just does whatever he wants. However, what people started to tell me this past week is, wow, Nikki has some nerve for slamming the door in my face. Because you know what, AZ, this girl got on a panel with Steve McRae and shit all over Christianity and people's beliefs and was very disrespectful. So why is it okay for her to blatantly disrespect, believers, but you call a dog pick a dog, and you're a bad guy? So can you please explain to me what she said in that stream? I'm going to link it after because I guess it's so crazy that you kind of have to see it to believe it kind of thing. Can you just explain what she said that made people mad?
Okay, this is what made all of us mad. And this is what the whole argument has been about. You can even view it on my channel. She was up on Steve's panel. They were talking about a Fundy comic. After they were over with the Fundy comic, which I found disgusting. I don't even know why you would want to talk about something that disgusting. They were talking about Christianity and comparing communion with cannibalism and laughing about it.
Okay, say that last part one more time for me.
They both compared communion to cannibalism. You can't make this crap up.
Oh my god.
And
they upset a lot of people. I know that a lot of people were upset about that stream in particular.
Yeah. And the thing of it is that everybody voiced their concerns. Now, I don't know how it's like over here, okay? But unlike most of your chat, my mods don't have a channel. I'm the voice for my mods.
Right.
So if they want to voice something out of agitation, I'm going to be their mouthpiece. Right. That's what friends do.
Yeah, especially
but prior to me going live on anything, they had already expressed their disdain and their distaste in that video. But she chose to ignore them.
Wow. So she not only did when you say ignore, was she not even willing to hear them out? I mean,
no, she didn't even hear them out. She didn't even apologize.
She didn't even say anything like, look, it's just my beliefs. I'm sorry if it offended you. Like, I didn't mean it like that. Like, nothing. Gave him nothing to work with. Nothing.
Gave him nothing.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I've gotten an influx of people, and it's not just like one or two. I wouldn't be doing this stream if it was one or two. It's quite a few people who have been pushed away by Nikki. Now, like I said, it's like when you're almost, I want to compare being in a cult to like abusive relationship. Like the person, whether it be the abuser or the cult leader, you push people who will tell you otherwise away. That's what happens. And it's just kind of, maybe it's just another coincidence. I'm sure it's just another coincidence that anybody who says anything about Steve or their stream or anything that's not in favor of him, she slams the door in their face. People who have helped her grow her channel, have been there for her. She didn't even have the decency to try to come to some kind of understanding, whether it be, look, I didn't mean it like that. I don't know, just something to appease them, to try to make them feel better, because considering that, that person, those people helped her. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start reading some of these, and if you have anything to say, Dom, you could jump in and do that. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
I forgot now. My train of thought. I had one of those moments.
So I do that all the time. The time.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, here is what actually happened. And this is why I say that Nikki is a lazy creator.
Right.
Now, well, she's just lazy in general. So my mods went into two Latinas with the big mouth channel. That's what I'm gonna refer them as. Y'all know who they are. And Steve was in there, and my mods, weren't disrupting the chat or anything. They were just saying that they didn't like how they made fun of a religion and literally insulted people. Well, it got heated after that when Lobster Boy called one of my mods a liar, saying, "Oh, that never happened," when it in fact happened. You compared communion to cannibalism.
Okay, this is exactly what I've been saying. So he comes out and he says that never happened, when everybody that watched it was like, yeah, that happened, right? Is that what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, it did get a little bit heated, and, it kind of went a little bit downhill. But what does Lobster Boy do? Do you think he would block people? No. He ran back to Nikki and told Nikki that her own mods went rogue and started trash talking her.
Oh my God. Insidious Vids, I'm going to get to your comment in 1 second, but hold on. Wait a minute. That's really important what you just said. So I just want to stop what I was about to do and highlight what you just said, Dom. So he went back. So when people started saying that to him, like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. What he did is he ran to Nikki and he said, hey, Nikki, your mods are going rogue. Is that correct, Dom?
Exactly.
So instead of saying, oh, they have a problem with stream, they didn't like it. No, he brainwashed her. In my opinion, he literally brainwashed her and said, they're going rogue. Probably wouldn't be surprised. I don't know this part to be true. I'm just going to go on a limb and guess. Probably said you can't trust these people. Probably got all up inside her head, and she was there for it. She shut
exactly. And you know what? That she actually said that. And I forgot which stream it was, but she actually said that recently. Mm-hmm. Oh, Steve was right. These are people you can't trust.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm going to have to go and find it, but she did say that. She said Steve was right. These are people you cannot trust. Now, you got to remember, January, February, March, April, May, June. That is 7 months we were together. And
Olivia, thank you for becoming a member, Olivia. I appreciate that. Sorry, Dom. Yeah.
I'm just saying, in 7 months, you haven't learned anything about us. We never lied to you or about you. We never did anything.
Yeah.
Yet he comes along, and now all of a sudden we're the bad people.
Yep.
And when we try to correct her, she acts like we are lying and she's the victim.
Oh my God, Dom. I know it is absolutely crazy what goes on with that certain group of individuals. It never ceases to amaze me. You can, like, your friends, first of all, you're not like some random person like who had a problem with it. This is somebody you built a rapport with who should respect you in return enough to, I don't know, not believe everything Steve says, maybe try to get your side. Now here's the thing. She was willing to listen to Natalie Kennett's side of things, right? You just told us that. But
Yeah.
she wasn't willing to listen to you or any of the other people she slammed the door in the face of. Funny how that works, isn't it, Dom?
Yeah. And it all came from Steve.
Yep.
And it's quite funny how we were easily tossed aside.
Yep.
Now me and AZ were talking about this earlier because apparently we go back further than what I remember. Because we were watching it on the video. Oh yeah. But this is what everybody is saying, that I turn on my friends or I turn against my friends. I don't turn on people willy-nilly unless you do something stupid.
I have to disagree with that statement. I've seen you give more than your fair share of chances to Slob, especially. Like, you literally would try to warn him, like, especially when he said the N-word. You were like, look, dude, you cannot be saying that stuff. And he was just like, what? I didn't even do nothing. Like, he tried to act like he didn't. You know what I mean? You gave him so many chances. So I can only imagine. But let me read this comment on the bottom because I've had it up forever. Insidious Vid says, I hear you guys, but transubstantiation, it's a word I never use, in some Catholic churches is the process of where the bread and wine literally turns to flesh and blood in the mouth. Yeah, blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh. Yes, I know what the Eucharist is. Like, I get the sentiment, I understand that, but when cannibalism is eating another human, like flesh, like not bread and wine, like, you know what I'm saying? So I can see why people would draw the line of that being offensive to them, if that makes sense. But I understand all areas. Either way, that's not even really the point. The point is this: people that should matter to her were really, really affected, not just by that, by the things that they were seeing with Steve, the things that they were doing, the things that were happening, that, probably calling out and seeing Steve's lies. They could not address it with her without getting a door slammed in their face. So she's got no respect for the people who have been around since day one. A couple of these people were really hurt by what she did, and it is not normal, right? So Mariana, hi Mariana. I would say, as a practicing Catholic, that for me, when I take communion, it's like taking the goodness of Christ into myself. Yeah. Now, Mariana, imagine if they gave you, like, and this is gonna sound really weird, I just don't know how else to try to get my point across. Like, it's not like we walk up there and they put, like, I don't know, a thigh on the plate and you go sit back down the pew, you start chewing a thigh, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same, like, I get it. I get what everyone's saying, but I heard that it was more than that was offensive too, but we don't really need to get into all of it. But so anyways, let me read.
Can I respond to a comment in here?
Sure.
Okay. I'm not going to try to out anybody, but that individual knows what welfare is and was, because said person is on their version in her country. So for her to respond to you and say she didn't know what welfare was, that's a lie.
Yeah,
I can tell you that right now. It's a lie.
So let me read the comments so people know. So Stina says, when Roadhog was doxing AZ and encouraging people to report her for welfare fraud, I messaged Nikki to try to get her to talk to him, and she said she didn't know what welfare was. Are you serious? Yeah, I don't know. He was giving out links and I don't know what made him think. Maybe it was like maybe my roots needed to be dyed or some shit. I don't know. But like, I don't know why he would just start handing out my government name with government links. Like, I literally got WIC when my daughter was a baby, and that's about it. So I mean, way to bug the freaking country for, way to report me for something important, dude. I'm sure they really looked into that with all 90 of you reporting me, but they don't do nothing bad. Nobody talks about that though, because that's all good and well, right? So this person who hit me up, this is just one of many. I have quite a few here. Hi, AZ. I know you barely know me or not at all. I'm a mod for so-and-so. I was a mod for Nikki. It's kind of a long story, but if you swap race for religion, then what Nikki and Steve are doing behind the scenes is actually the same as what they're accusing you of doing to Wolf. I say, oh, that's a great point. And then the person says, I don't know all what Steve has said. That video was only one I've watched, talking about the one we were just talking about. I was like, holy F, I get the cult reference now. Or maybe she was talking about the video I did. I don't know. And then you were right again, LOL. It's a bit of a long story, but if you want to hear more, let me know. Now,
could I say one thing too?
Sure.
I should have said this in the beginning. Okay. For anybody in the bushes that are, going, oh, he's just doing this because he's mad at Nikki. I don't have a reason to lie about Nikki. Okay. I've shown everything that was said about Nikki on my stream. I don't need to make it up. I don't need to exaggerate points.
No, you haven't. You've even said things like you could have ran with certain things, and you could have exaggerated certain things, and you didn't. A few times.
But and AZ, if I had done that, the reputation I'm trying to rebuild from what I have done would be wiped out in a matter of seconds, and I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I promised people I would try to do better. Yeah, I know I make mistakes. I know I fumble. Right. But yeah, I'm generally trying to be a better person than what I was. And that is why I don't need to lie. I showed all the proof.
Right.
You can even look at my comment sections, my wall of her own responses that she has said to me.
Yep.
I haven't blocked her. I'm not going to block her. I find her entertaining at this point because her stupidity astonishes me right now.
Yeah, you must have patience, because I don't even have patience for that stuff. I literally like put it this way, like for Slob, for example, like people come to me all the time like, oh, I can't believe he said that the other night. I'm like, I don't know what he says. I don't care what he says. The thing is with me, right, when somebody lies that much, I can't even, they make me physically trigger me, like literally make my skin crawl. I'm like, how can they sit there and just say that this is real life when we all know it's not, So you must have the patience of a saint to actually sit there and debunk her and show her stuff and whatever. Like, oh, it takes a lot to do that. I don't think people understand you want to flip a desk.
Oh, I've cursed a few times.
Oh, I bet you have.
Cursed a few times.
Dina, I see a comment, honey. I will in 1 second. Slippery says, I've watched Nikki since the beginning. She's not loyal. He's only loyal. All right, so I have another DM here. For fuck's sake, I believe that Nikki38 is going to collab with Steve and address these allegations. I don't know anymore. Please don't connect to that, okay? If you share it, I don't care. Nikki38 took my wrench, and I don't know why. But she knows that I changed my mind about Steve. Oh, really? You changed your mind about Steve and you got your wrench taken? You don't say. Oh, no kidding. Let's go to the next one here. Sheesh. Oh, what do we have here? This is Nikki talking in the gray. Thank you. Steve and I are going to do a live together addressing Chris and the BS. Just not sure when. The person's like, Chris Hansen and AZ. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because you got to stick up for your culty leader. I just hope that you literally show all the lies that Steve told in the Chris Hansen video, because they are astronomical, as Steve would say. All right, here's another one. Now, this one's from Instagram, I think. I got Twitter ones, Instagram ones. They're all over the map. You're hurting everyone's feelings, Nikki. All right. Nikki kicked 3 of us mods. I think they meant to say mods, and left Dom's Discord without saying a word about it because we got mad and called Steve.
And that's it. You know, when that stream happened on 2 Latinos with big mouths, that's what she did. After Steve got a hold of her, she just left Discord, didn't say anything. That was the end of it. And when she said that we all went rogue, that we started, saying that we were crap talking about her, that's when it went overboard, because we didn't talk crap about her. How is addressing Steve's what's the word I'm looking, insensitivity so towards certain beliefs, how is that talking crap? It's voicing an opinion.
That's not even bad. Like, that just goes to show he cannot even take that kind of criticism. Literally, he turned a normal what should have been like a normal conversation or whatever into they're going rogue. So like, what does Nikki define as rogue? Like, what is rogue? Like, what do you mean rogue? They disagree with me, that makes them rogue? Like, what?
I have no idea what she was thinking, because I was even dumbfounded about that. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's really strange. Jeez. So there's that, and then we have another one. This person made me really sad, okay? This person sent me just a couple messages and didn't say much about it other than our little group became family. How sad is that? So here's this person who's been there a long time saying our little group became family. And I think a lot of you in this chat know what that's like, right? Like, you become close to these people, you hang out with them, you talk and chat with them, you go on Discord, whatever it may be, right? Twitter, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden they slam the door in your face and you're standing there like, huh? So this person actually really made me sad for them. I was like, wow, that's not fair. So that was sad. That's one person.
This does show what kind of person she is, though. Okay, and look, I got my. I know AZ wants me to voice my great big opinion, and I'll get to that in a minute after this is all done. But here's the thing: if we were a family, at least I thought we were a family. But a family member doesn't kick you to the curb when a stranger opens the door.
Thank you. Very good point.
You don't do that. You don't just go, okay, well, this person is new, I'm going to go with them. You don't do that.
Right. Now, I wonder if it's, obviously he makes her feel special. He's got a bigger platform. Maybe she sees dollar signs. I don't know. Either way, like you said, you don't throw away your family for some new person. Exactly. Now, is he new to her? Not really. They've known each other a long time. But ever since like the last couple months, when he's had nobody else, when he doesn't have Chesh, Manya, he's literally collected the biggest dunces he can find. Sorry, Nikki, not sorry. And he finds people that he know. Because listen, Chesh and Manya, you're not getting something over on that. They wouldn't let him manipulate them, especially when it came to money and the work that they put in, right? Now he's like, oh, screw it. I'll just get a bunch of like people I know I can manipulate and it'll just be easier, right? That's the way I think of it anyways.
Well, Kamala, that's a point I'm going to get to, because this whole thing does bring up part of that. But yeah, you're right. It's just like, and I told this to AZ on the phone earlier. I go, and I was dead ass serious, but we started laughing our butts off at this. But this is how I view it. Okay. You made a comment, but this is how I see it. Okay, Nikki is the new Cheshire Vic. He's going to milk her for everything that she has.
Dom, you told me she doesn't even know how to crop a photo. So
no, she don't.
You hear that, Cheshire Vic? I know you're out there on your hard drive. Your replacement doesn't know how to crop a photo.
But here's the thing, because AZ, I think you missed the point, or maybe you
I
did.
probably did. Tell me.
EKC is always going to be his number one.
Oh, I know.
Everybody else after that fact is going to be somebody.
Yeah, that's why I call them the junior sister wives. Yes.
Yeah, he's going to use you and forget about you. The only two people he has ever kept around, the only two, has been EKC and Red's Rhetoric. Sorry for saying his name. I couldn't think of another name. But those are his two longest running supporters. Where is everybody else? They're gone. He either kicked them out, sold them out, or they left.
Yep. Yeah, they absolutely did. No, I know. Listen, it says, I disagree. Cheshire does more art than all of them put together. Chesh has also... No, it was a joke. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I was joking. I was joking. I know she did all the art for Steve's channel, and I know that he promised her 50%, and I know that he's a D-bag and didn't follow through with that, and that's me. As much as I disagree, as much as we had our problems, like, that were stupid anyways, Cheshire Mania, like, yo, I would be upset too, because you know what? At the end of the day, all BS aside, that girl did put in work. She was promised something, and she never got it, and that is just...
And I agree. Cheshire was promised a lot. I watched everything. Cheshire was promised a lot, and she did a lot. I think she even did a lot more than what Kyle did.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
But my point is that you know, he uses people and then he tosses them aside, or he turns on them.
Right.
Or then he makes up like, oh, they tried to screw me over.
Right. So let me ask you this, Nikki, okay? If he took somebody like Cheshire Mania, not only that, Mania gave him money, gave him loyalty, Chesh gave him time, gave him loyalty. If you can't even crop a photo, girl, okay? So I don't know why you think you're not going to get tossed aside too, because that's what happens to everyone. And you know what, honey? When you do get tossed aside, don't come running back to the people you slam the door in the face of, okay? Because you literally have no integrity. You're disgusting.
I've seen you, and I'll say this now, okay? I'll say this now, and I don't mean to put a Debbie Downer on people, but this has got to be said, and there's not really a perfect time to say this. We moved on. We don't want her back. We are still getting over the disappointment and the hurt. But Nikki, if you can easily toss so-called friends aside like that, we don't want you. We're not jealous of you. We don't miss you. Yes, we are still hurting. We are. But the fact is, we are going to move on without you. Yep. And when all is said and done, you're the one that's going to be lonely and alone.
Right.
Not us.
Right. Yeah, it's and listen, I'm not here to drag Nikki across the mud, because we all know I'm good for that, right? I'm here to tell you.
I'm not dragging her across the mud.
No, we're here to tell you you hurt people. Like, you guys, your lies, your manipulation, like, for example, Nikki, what you did on Twitter a couple weeks ago, trying your damnedest to make the whole llama girl something it wasn't, girl. You are swinging so hard trying to get a sister wife position. You'll never be a senior sister wife. You'll always be a junior sister wife. And let me tell you something, it gets real lonely when Steve tosses you aside, because it will happen. It's not a matter of if he will, it's when he will, okay? So here's another one I got. We have supported Nikki, and this is how she decided to repay us, and it's very sad. And yes, it has everything to do with Steve. I tried to warn her, and instead of having a conversation, she just blocked me, and I'm pretty hurt by it. All she cares about is Erin and Steve. Now, to this person, I'm sorry I haven't opened your message yet. I have tons and tons and tons of things. I wish I would drag her too.
Yeah, I'm lucky if AZ responds to me.
Yeah, everyone knows that. No, everybody knows I'm horrible at responding. I really am. And I hate that some people actually take it really personal, and I suck. Sometimes I associate DMs with drama at all costs, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll open it later, and I just never do. But anyways, so sorry to this person. But what I want to say, so Slippery says, I wish you would drag her. Now, Slippery, I don't know the girl enough to drag her. Like, I really don't. All I know is she looks really silly. She has been lying, clearly. She literally, and here's the thing, you were telling me she don't crop screenshots, which is really funny. So Steve must have cropped them for her, because what she did was she went into a chat and cherry-picked comment without context.
No, actually, I do got, okay, so I do got a little bit of tidbit here. I do. And I'm probably going to get pushback for this, for mentioning this, but Nikki did do her thumbnails, okay? But have you noticed that her thumbnails are getting better and better and better?
No, actually, I have not, because I don't go to her channel.
Okay, well, if you look at her old thumbnails to her thumbnails now, and if you look at the little subtleties, the person who is doing all of that for her now is Jessie.
Jessie.
Hi, Jessie.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me.
No. All the thumbnails and everything now related to her channel is being done.
It's so ridiculous. It's embarrassing.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Are you telling me that Jesse, the dude who sent fake reports to YouTube in mass quantity and almost had my channel taken down, the guy who sings the CUM song, the guy who used a doll, an SMEX doll from Amazon and pretended like it was him, that guy?
That's the same one, and I'm not joking.
What planet is this? Oh,
because she even said it on a live stream.
Yo, when I tell you these people congregate together, they flock to each other. It's pretty weird. Look it, y'all can sit up there on Planet Double Downtown, Unicorns Crossing. You know what I'm saying? Have fun with that. Have fun with that. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Hey, Julie, you hear Julie? Julie, try me. Julie, try me. Julie, try me. You looking at the screen, Julie? That's for you if you come back later. She's not here now. Anyways, inside joke. Yeah, Jessie. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yep. Jessie is now helping Nikki with her channel.
That's adorable. Okay. Oh my God.
If you cannot make this crap up.
You really can't. Like, literally, this is what I mean by the outcast. You guys see now? Like, do you see now? When I tell you there's an outcast table, there is. And they all know, no matter how grimy you are, no matter how much you lie or manipulate, you can sit at the outcast table, okay? Yeah. All right, so that's weird, but if you want to know who Jessie is, I'm not going to get into him right now. He's literally not worth my time. I have plenty of videos on him from back in the day that are very interesting, and you probably should go look if you're interested, because I don't want to even talk about that creature. He literally flipped a desk. He took his channel down and ran away from YouTube for, like, I don't know, a year, because you know, my lawyer sent him a letter and he had a meltdown and deleted his channel. And I had to fight all of those false copyright claims. He sent me false. Not only were they false, Dom, a couple of the ones, I know I said I was going to talk about it, but this is just so crazy. A couple of the ones he sent, he made himself, and he tried to make it look like they were from YouTube, but he actually made them himself. So go check out the videos. I've never heard of anybody doing that. It's the craziest thing ever.
Actually, I've been checking out your videos because I've been trying to see. I have to make a correction here. Okay. I like being accurate. AZ has told me about proof, screenshots, and being accurate. Well, I've been watching a lot of your old videos trying to figure out when I came into the community, because I don't believe I came into the anti-KJ community during the trial. I think I came in before the trial, because if you remember, AZ, you remember that great big rift with EKC, True Ball of Wax,
Yes.
Little Red, when I was on that stream trying to play Peacekeeper.
Right.
And I'm trying to get my timelines correct on all of this.
Okay.
Because it's like, how freaking old am I?
I know. What year is it anymore? If you need timelines, I can help you out with that. This one's interested. Nikki is playing the victim card now. Hurt her by by the call out video. So many people were messaging me saying my mods hate me and went rogue. Oh, you were just telling me about that, Dom. That was all an excuse because you already weren't coming to my lives anymore. Blah blah blah. No one wants to hear.
And here's the thing. We were always in her lives. The thing of it is I'm pretty sure you do this, okay? I'm pretty sure a lot of the mods do this. And this just goes to the mods, okay? You are in a chat room, you're a mod. You're not always going to be typing or talking, but you are watching the chat. Right. You come in, you say, hey, everybody, and then you just sit back and watch the chat and just make sure everything is okay. Now, according to this statement, apparently because we weren't always talking all the time or weren't always typing all the whatever you want to call it, she takes that as a sign as we never showed up. But we did. We were always there for her. But the thing of it is that look, I'm a bee, okay? Shiny things excite me. All right. I'll put that as the nice thing. You cannot do 2 or 3 things when you've got like 100 or more people in chat.
Right.
You're trying to keep an eye out for the troublemakers. You can't engage all the time with everybody.
Right. It's hard. Not only that, I noticed this too. Like to touch on what you were just saying, right? I noticed a lot of these people around here, they will side with whoever can show them the most time and attention, right? Like, for example, like I don't open a lot of DMs. Like I've had people assume that I just don't want to be cool with them and then they switch sides and stuff like that. So that does happen. But furthermore, like listen, these moderators don't get paid, okay? Most of the time they should be people you trust and care about. You wouldn't toss away like yesterday's garbage. But, to request people to do certain things, like I feel weird even asking my mods to drop a link. It's just strange. I don't know. Breezy, crush it on the sand, man. Thank you for your sticker, Breezy. I'm gonna put up a 1 second, honey. I just want to touch on Manya's comment here because it says we told Steve to either pursue his case against KJ legally or else make one response to all the accusations from her and then just shut up about her. He never listened. Yeah,
I touched on the subject, okay?
Yeah, he never stops, ever. Manya, I can't believe that this many years later, yes, years, he is still going. She barely, and listen, I don't really care for KJ. She does not talk about him. Like, it's so pathetic, dude. It's pathetic. Go ahead, Dom. I'm sorry. What are you going to say?
Well, see, I touched on this subject, and from my understanding, and this is how old I am, because you know what, I remember some stuff, from a year ago sometimes, and sometimes I don't. I think y'all know that. Yeah, I think you all go through phases. But I remember the whole lawsuit. The whole lawsuit, to my knowledge and my recollection, was KJ defaming him by claiming he SA'd her by making a crude joke involving a body part. Well, I looked up Minnesota law, okay, and I believe, and that stream is up. I believe the reason why he did not pursue that is because in Minnesota, she would have won. Because
I don't know much about it. All I know is this: the dude asked for money and didn't do what he said he was going to do with it. And in my book, that is fraudulent.
SH. You're right, Sheila. But the thing of it is, in Minnesota, I looked this up, okay, because I was irritated. Don't irritate a bee. Don't, because the bee will do work, okay? The bee will do work. And it's all about intent and context. And in Minnesota, making a crude joke, whether it would be online or in person, is considered SH. He would have lost. And I think that's why he never went through with it.
Yeah. Anybody that asks people for money, especially, listen, this is how I look at what he just did, okay? And it's not even because I dislike him, because let me tell you something. Even if I was a neutral party or indifferent, I would still side-eye the shit out of him. He went into a community built on hate, hate for one person, Katie Joy, okay? He gassed everybody up. Was like, we're gonna do discovery, we're gonna take her down. He literally he sent people out to like talk up his case. It was so great. It was this, it was that. He asked for this money and fraud me, and didn't follow through. I don't give a shit about it.
And that's fraud. I'm sorry.
Fraud.
No matter how much you want to sugarcoat it, it's still fraud.
I don't care
what he should have gave people their money back.
There's no excuse for saying
and be done with it, but no.
He even said, I have good credit. I'll go to the ends of the earth to make sure that this happens. And he didn't. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a scammer. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care about it. You scammed an entire community because you didn't follow through, and then you turned around and lied about it. It's crazy. I will never ever respect anybody that can come into a community and do something like that. It's fucking evil. Anyways, let me get to, I have a couple of stocks. Thank you, Breezy, by the way. So yeah, Nikki will play stupid for sure. Slippery. Manya says, and now all the videos since last month on his channel are about KJ, but he's not into drama though. I know, Manya, right? He doesn't do drama. No, right? He literally turned into a drama channel, like literally. And Katie doesn't give him the time of day. It's pretty hilarious. I don't understand it, like why he's so obsessed. Like I said on Twitter, I said, listen, this is what I honestly believe in my heart. I think that Steve thought he was going to blow up after the whole non-sec thing, and he didn't, right? Because he's not, let me be 100 with you people right now. He's not a likable person. He doesn't have a likable personality. Let's forget about the manipulation and the lies, okay? Let's just talk about him as a person based off his personality.
Pompous, arrogant asshole.
Exactly. Nobody likes nobody. I don't care if they play pretend for him to be his buddy. You cannot genuinely like somebody who is that much of, like you said, a pompous is a perfect word for him. I use it all the time. He is a pompous prick. He's not likable. I mean, just look at the Chris Hansen video I reviewed on my AZ channel. He literally talks about himself, what he would, like, he's so self-important. He showed up in my comments and said, would you like to interview me? Like, you are so deluded and self-important that you are unlikable. Okay, that's it. I think that he thought he would blow up. He didn't. He doesn't understand that he's not likable and relatable or anything like that of that nature. People just are turned off by him, like almost immediately in some cases, and he just cannot grasp it. So instead of just taking accountability and responsibility or changing his ways, he goes, oh, it's all Katie's fault. She spread this rumor about me. It's because she said this. When fact of the matter is, Menace, I think it was you had a poll going the other day, was like, oh, how much of your hatred for Steve is built off of the whole Katie Joy thing? And like hardly anybody even factor that in their vote anyways. But I find that interesting, and I think that's my philosophy on it anyways. Everybody's going to be different, but he just cannot accept that he's just not a likable person. And I
didn't mean to derail the stream.
No, it's fine. It's whatever.
But here's the thing. I've been showing clips as well of things that Steve has said, especially about the joke with, and I'm sorry for using the term, with rope. That joke with the rope.
Yeah.
And you know, I showed that, and people were like, oh, you took that out of context. That's not out of context. You don't make a joke like that.
Right.
You don't. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
But Nikki was like, oh, he's just attacking Steve now because Steve is my friend and whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, you cannot be that.
And this is why he moved on to people who he can manipulate, and people who will believe him, and people who will always stick up for him. I cannot believe the lies that have come out of this man's mouth just the past week alone. I'm just so disgusted. And yeah, the way he stuck up for Jesse and what really went on behind the scenes. And for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, you don't really know yet. I haven't really brought that to the platform yet to show everybody, but I actually, like I said in the beginning, I showed instances where they talked about their quote-unquote working relationship. He was trying to take Jesse's nudes and exchange them for somebody else's nudes. He talked about how Jesse's his fantasy girl, and I quote, fantasy girl. Okay, this was going back to March of, I don't know, 21 or something like that. So there's more to come. I have so many receipts about how much he, listen, y'all think he lied in that video? There's so much more where those lies came from, let me tell you. And that's the crazy part, right? So when I start bringing this up, like sharing the screenshots and saying, Steve, you did have a relationship with Jesse. Why are you acting like you barely knew her? Why are you acting like, you know what I'm saying? Nudes this, whatever. He was like, so what? I wrote her some skits. Oh,
I found a video. No, I found a video. It's up on my channel. When he was talking to Red Rampage, and he was saying that if you send her nudes, you can get into her Discord.
Hold on. Say that again.
He was talking about, okay, so I have a video on my page where he's talking to Red Rampage, and he's saying that if you send nudes to Red Rampage, you can get into her Discord. And he said, and he did say this, that he had sent her nudes of Cheshire.
Oh, I hope Cheshire knows that. I mean,
it's on my channel. I will find that video, but it is on my channel. He admitted to sending Red Rampage Cheshire Vic
oh my
adult
God.
pictures.
That's like, what the fuck? Oh my God,
You didn't know that?
No. Listen, I say this every day, every single day. I learn things about Steve McRae that make me physically ill. And I'm not exaggerating, okay? When I tell you every day I'm hearing a new story about how dirty this man is, it's every single day. I can't even keep up with it. Stacy Bobble says he will just pretend to not know if you get pushed back too, but they keep defending him anyways. Yeah, they do. And I don't know why. It's very weird. He must make them feel special. That's the only thing I come up with. What do you guys think? Like, why? Like, somebody just asked, like, what do they benefit off each other? Gee, I don't know. The thing is with Steve, and he does this too, he goes around the community and he wants people, specifically in the anti-KG community, to platform him because he wants to spread his message. He has a narrative to push. He has an agenda, and it's to, I don't know, be liked or make KG the bad guy. We already know, bro. Listen, it's okay. Let me put this out in the airwaves. This is really important. Listen up. It's okay to dislike, It's okay to dislike Katie and Steve at the same time. You don't have to hang out with Steve just because you dislike Katie. That's why some of y'all ain't got no fucking integrity out here. And you know
this brings up the thing that I want to talk to you about, because you did ask me, why do you think that she chooses Steve? This is what I think a lot of people do not get anymore. And I want to make this very clear, and this is my opinion only, but it does involve Llama Girl, and I mean no disrespect to her. But I've noticed a lot lately that people who used to dislike Katie have now gone full on hate. And when you have full on hate, you have blinders on. You're not focusing on the big picture. You're getting to be with everybody that hates KJ as much as you do.
Right.
But I've seen videos coming out about a couple of creators, and they're twisting what was said in videos or what was said in messages. They're literally twisting it.
Yeah, not
when you like get
Stacey says all the time, Katie does enough nasty on her own. You don't need to make things up or exaggerate things. And that's what these people have begun to do. It's like,
and it's getting worse. See, I never hated Katie. I never did. See, this is what a lot of people hate about me. You know, they go, well, how can you like AZ? Or how can you like Real? Or how can you like Julie Virgo? Or how can you like and you even asked me this, so I'll use it. How do you like slob?
Right.
You dislike the behavior. You don't hate the person, you dislike the behavior. But if that behavior does not change and keeps going down the tube, you have to pull the plug. You have to walk away.
I don't know. Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
I don't know.
I don't dislike anybody. It's behavior. You can dislike Katie Joy's behavior, but the moment you turn that dislike into hate, everything is acceptable. Bad behavior, bad manners, bad whatever. It's all acceptable.
I don't know. I still don't understand how anybody could like slob. Like you say, the person and the behavior are separate, right? But when the person like is the behavior and there's nothing good past that, I can't even differentiate it. That's just my perspective. But I have a couple of things here I want to read. April Diamond says, why would you give Steve your nudes to begin with? Good freaking question, man. Good question. Especially if you barely talk to each other. Oh, and another thing, he was in the video, he was like, oh, I had to tell her to stop. I wasn't interested. Bro, you called her your fantasy girl. Like, this is what I mean when this guy is a straight up liar. He lied to Chris Hansen's producer about the nasty things he was doing. Like, they don't deal with predators. Like, they wouldn't notice.
Yeah,
I don't know.
did.
It's just crazy. Shamira, I always say this wrong. Hopefully I said it right. Petty was very upfront about trading. Petty was very upfront about trading Chess's nudes. Pretty sure he was very upfront. I don't know. Trading Chess's nudes like he is now sharing Jesse's for things he wants without permission. It's horrible, and he wonders why we think he's shitty to women. Oh boy, see, I don't know nothing about that whole Chess thing. Sheesh.
Well, now you do.
Wow. You do. Oh my god, that's pretty gross. Yeah, I know that Manya's here, but I don't know, man. That just makes me feel gross that he would do that, trade some girl's nudes for another girl. Like, I'm sorry, but if a dude rolled up in my DM and he was like, "Oh, you show me yours, I'll show you hers," I'd be like, "Fuck out of here!" Like, ugh, gross. Like, ugh, I don't even know why anybody would ever have said Steve anything like that. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And Her Majesty, that's why I said that Slob and Steve are dangerous. They have no boundaries. None. They have no boundaries. And I don't want to be part of that. I don't. It's why I left EKC a long time ago. When she read Katie Joy's alleged S8 report, I don't care what you want to call it, it was her report. I left. I can't be part of that. That is not pertinent information for the internet to use as a weapon.
No, it's not. And you know what? Like, I've said this a million times. When they first put it out on the airwaves, I was like, oh, that's what Katie gets for being such a douche. Then I thought about it and I let it simmer, and I was just like, this makes me feel gross. And I went back and I was like, I should never have said that. Like, it was literally, I let my dislike for Katie blind me. Like, that's never okay. I'm sorry. And I've said it a million times. EKC's whole excuse for why she did it is just fucking garbage in my book. But the artsy nurse, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that. And then, listen, Manya's here. You don't need to like make fun of anybody's appearance, okay? So whoever Steve McRae's unfiled lawsuit versus KJP no refunds is, please don't act like that. I mean, come on. Just the lady, Manya's being fine. Don't do that, please. That's rude. You know, I'm all for like people like not agreeing, but like just don't be a dick to people who aren't being a dick. You know, that's all. It's all you can really ask for. So the Auntie nurse, thank you. Yeah, and there's another one. I think there was more. Hold on, 8. Okay, this one. That's awful. This is me saying, that's awful. She didn't care about what you guys had to say. So much hypocrisy. And then the person says, Steve can't handle being called out. I learned that quick. He went and bitched to Nikki, just like you told us, Dom, right? That's exactly what he did. It's not okay what they're doing to you, what they did to us 3 mods. They don't give a shit. Yep. Steve, literally, you're wrong. Your mods are going rogue. They don't agree with me. They're rogue. I've never heard of that in my life. I saw your live last night talking about Nikki and Steve. I was one of the mods booted by Nikki because we dislike Steve. If you want to know more, I think I read that one already. I don't believe Nikki deserves grace. I definitely been paying attention. My views with Steve have changed too. I can't support people who continue to pick and choose what behavior is okay. And that's it. So, yeah, I just think it's crazy, man. Nikki, you got to stop hurting people for this man who literally does not give a shit about you at the end of the day. Really. And that's it.
And this all boils down to her hatred for KJ. And I think you even mentioned this because I know I mentioned it. So it was one of us mentioned it or we both mentioned it. Katie is not going to be here forever. So what is going to happen when the KJ train comes to a halt?
I mean, I haven't really thought about that, but they'll just find somebody else, right? But what makes me feel the weirdest about it is, like, yeah, you know what? I made quite a few videos about her and followed her for a while, making fun of her, whatever.
Yeah, but you're not constantly stalking her.
I don't understand how people can just do this for years. Like, the lady is not that fun to watch. How do people waste this much energy on hating somebody? Let me tell you something. Hate is like literally, this is one of my favorite quotes because it really is true. And I don't want to be cliche, but like, hate is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. If I dislike somebody that effing much, like Slob, for example, I won't even watch them. I don't give a shit what they do, what they say. I really just don't care at this point. Like, the older you get in life, the more you'll see that. But here's what I want to say about that. And Dom, I'm glad you brought it up because I want to say something that I think a lot of people might agree with, right? When I used to follow this blogger from my area, anyways, and he used to write really nasty blogs about people that for the most part did really bad shit or whatever, but he was like really nasty to them. And at that time in my life, like, I was going through a lot, and maybe I took more joy in, watching other people suffer, if you will, or be made fun of, because I was like, oh, it makes me feel better about my life.
We've been there.
Yeah.
We've both been there.
I think that, this is my opinion, right? I think that a lot of people in the anti-KJ community, especially the ones that take it too far to the next level, I think that they are in the same position I was maybe years ago with the whole blogger thing, because like, when you're miserable in life, you literally enjoy watching other people get the wrath, you know what I mean? And that's actually a really sad place to be, because I can recognize that in retrospect, looking back on how much I enjoyed watching this dude drag people. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm always down for a good dragon, but when it becomes your everyday activity, you might want to take a good look inside and see what the fuck is going on, because nobody should be harboring that much dislike or disdain for somebody who doesn't affect your life at the end of the day. You know? Like,
yeah, and I tell everybody this. Yeah, once I log off, y'all don't matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, Katie does not affect you. Like, you're not going to get, like, people will write open letters, like, Katie Joy, they'll, like, write a letter, like, she's actually going to read it or something, like, telling her off or whatever. Like, yo, Katie probably don't even give a shit who you are. Like, yo, that lady's laughing all the way to the bank right now. Like, yeah, she sucks. Stop watching her. Like, what the fuck? Move on. It's just weird.
Here, this brings up something on that. I've seen a lot of streams with the title, "Is KJ Going Broke?" And I tell people this: whether you dislike KJ or you like her, that's up to you. I'm just saying that whether you like her or not, that's up to you. The point is that I think of her as a shock person. And what I mean by that is she has learned over the years that shock brings in viewers. Like, yeah, she can be horrible and despicable. I get that. But she's learned to use that to get cash. It's the same thing that the media does. They sensationalize everything. It could be the smallest thing, but they turn it into a huge story. So what KJ is doing is nothing new. You know what I mean?
And it takes away, for example, if this lady's always in the headlines around here for like doing something, like blowing snot on her blanket, like when she really does do big shit, which she does, don't get me wrong, she can be pretty nasty, it doesn't hit the same, because you see it and you go, yeah, those people are nuts, they blow up everything that lady does. So how
exactly.
It takes away from the stuff that really is a big deal. And whatever, I just can't stand the lady.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of videos where KJ was at her worst. And people didn't take to it because everybody was already nitpicking over the little things.
Right.
And everybody ignored it.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't. Catfacy says, when the non sequitur channel went down, Steve talked about the loss of the channel incessantly for 3 years. People told him to let it go. When he was able to start again, look what happened. I know. It's crazy. I can't believe he has 21 KJ videos on his channel right now talking about I ain't a drama channel, bro. Come on. Really? Really? Anyways, yeah.
You know what? I am a drama channel. Okay, let's be honest.
Hell yeah,
I
me
do
too.
a lot of other content, but you know, I have an opinion. I'm a bee. I will voice my opinion, and then I will sting you, and then I will move on.
You wait a minute, Dom. Hold up. Don't bees die after they sting somebody? I think they do.
I'm immortal. Okay, thank you. I took a little bit of you with me.
Okay. I think only some bees die after they sting somebody. Not all.
But you know, I don't really know why. I don't really know what really happened to her. It just seemed that you know, once she started really talking to Steve, she took his side, and I really think it's her hatred for KJ. I mean, I really think that she is so far gone with her hatred for KJ that she's not seeing the bigger picture. You know, look at this now. Okay, so I brought out her stupidity. Where does she automatically go back into? Back into the slobs chat room.
Oh, I know. We didn't even talk about that, did we? Oh my God.
She went back into Slob's channel.
Yeah.
She was there yesterday just typing away about me.
Because
this is the same man that a few months ago she was, you know, going, oh my God, he's racist. Oh my God, what he said about AZ was horrible. Oh my God, what he's saying about women in general is horrible.
It doesn't matter. They have the same agenda. It doesn't. This is why these people don't have integrity. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? I mean, come on, really? Let me tell you something. And I told you this earlier, Dom. I said to you, I don't give a flying F if the slob was the last person left on this platform. You would never, ever catch me in his fucking chat.
And I'm never going back. I told you that too. I said I walked away and I'm not going back. There is no way.
Some doors are meant to stay closed. Even if they might benefit you, you don't need to walk down through that door, right? Yeah, thank you for saying sorry, by the way, for Steve McRae's unfiled lawsuit. T-Spiracy, have you seen Steve's last semantic trick? He has a poll right now stating that him discussing drama isn't doing drama, and it does not do gossip, as if tweeting of Katie's son is not gossip. Dude,
I have a big problem with this. I'm going to bring this up because this irritates me the most. And this makes me angry. And I know the hate watchers are out there just watching away. So,
oh, yeah, of course.
Pay attention. Okay. You all make a big deal when your family is involved. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you drag KJ's son in, you think it's okay. No. He is not part of the drama. He is an innocent child that you are all bringing into this drama. He should not be punished for the sins of his parents. And anybody who thinks it's okay to do that, you are disgusting and you are vile. You are despicable.
Facts. Yeah, no, I agree. But if you did that to them, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Never shut up, right? Yeah, so, and then, like I said, all these people who believe this shit without, like, for example, I just seen the selfie queen and JJ name in my chat. Like, I can't even stand those broads. They are delusional. They literally will listen. They pick and choose what they want to hear, and they fire it up. Listen, so they got Dina all fired up and literally probably lied to her. Plus, Dina's already crazy. That's gonna be a stream probably within the next couple of days too, because I have a lot.
I'm coming up here for that one. I got a few words
I
to say
have
to her.
a lot to say about that. A lot.
I have a few things to say about that one. Mhm.
That's a whole nother stream that I don't like to keep my lives that long, because I feel like I can't keep up with long ass live streams, so I try to keep it to an hour, but we're at an hour and a half. So I am Dom, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you giving us some insight into what Nikki's brain is like a little bit, and how she moves. And
you know what, if you want to do a part 2, we can go into a deeper dive. I know there are a lot of people that have questions, so if you want to do a part 2, I'm up for it.
I don't know, maybe I don't.
But I think I touched on it. It's let me just sum it up. She's an idiot. She likes to play stupid. She likes to play victim. And no matter what you say, she's always going to be right, and everybody else is going to be wrong.
Just like her culty leader. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
But I'm going to drop down because I know you want to go, and I know you have to do mommy things. So I thank you for letting me be up here to say my piece.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for allowing me to be up here as well. Y'all have a great Sunday, and I shall see most of you soon.
All right. Thanks, Dom. Take care. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, AZ.
Buzz. It's so funny sitting here talking to a bee. I love it, though. And I saw one of you saying he blinks weird. I know. I don't know what it is, but I actually kind of like the weird blink. I feel like it adds character. It doesn't even bother me. I think it's cute. It's so funny. I like when he gets all fired up on his channel and he starts saying, like, he really could go off. Like, he goes off. It's like cracks me up. Like, I just see a bee run its mouth. It's just hilarious to me. I don't know what it was about this. It's so funny. Oh boy. Anyways, guys, yeah, so Nikki, stop treating people like shit. You know what I'm saying? This dude don't care about you, and you'll learn it the hard way. You're gonna be stubborn, learn it the hard way, or we're all gonna point and laugh at you later, like, haha, I told you so. Watch. I'm calling it right now. Put this down in the history books, as today is your warning sign. It might be, I give it about 6 months, something will pop off. Watch. Just watch. All right, everybody? Thank you for showing up to my live. Thank you for listening to me. And everybody, have a great night. Take care. Bye.